Hello, thank you for joining me for today's video. My name is Tracy Held. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne in Australia. Today we're going to be making this pocket card with the Simply Elegant suite. Let me show you the products that we're going to be using. First up is the DSP. Now I actually don't have a lot of this paper left. This is the Simply Elegant Designer Series paper, which is absolutely beautiful. The back sides are a bit plainer, but if you wanted neutral colors, that would go really well. And this is going to be on my next order because I need more of that. We then have the Elegantly Said stamp set, Elegant Label Punch, and we've got the Simply Elegant twine. So I'm going to be using all of that in my card today. Before we get started, here are the measurements that you're going to need. For our pocket, we're going to fold on the score lines, and then we're going to fold the corners down. Now I prefer to do one side at a time, but you can do it however works for you. So we're pulling that so that my edge over there is straight. Give it a press with the bone folder. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. And that's going to make our pocket. So to secure it, I'm taking tear and tape, and for the first bit I'm only putting the tape along the bottom. Remember, we don't want it down that side because otherwise we're not going to be able to slide the card into it. Although this is called tear and tape, I like to cut it just a little bit OTT, where I like to cut it straight because otherwise it tears really crooked. Now when I'm sticking this side down, I'm going to put my tear and tape along the bottom and up the side there. So this side we're not worrying about sticking down. Our card's going to just slide in there. We want that little bit of wiggle room, although the card is cut a little bit smaller, so it should fit in quite comfortably. There we have our pocket, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue along the bottom of this flap to hold it down. There we go. Now let's get on to our stamping. This is my piece for the inside of the card, and a bit of scrap paper for the tag. Starting with my card, I'm going to use Smoky Slate and this really beautiful flower from the stamp set. I have to say, in my opinion, this stamp set is worth buying just for this flower. I think it is beautiful. And we'll squish one in there. That's that done. And then I'm going to stamp my greeting in my Memento black ink. Now you've got a few different greetings in here, so any of the smaller ones will work here. I'm going with the happy birthday because I need to build up my stash of birthday cards. I seem to have depleted it a bit. I'm stamping this upside down. I guess that I could have stamped it right way up, but it just helps my brain to think of it stamping it upside down, because then when I'm punching it, I'm pushing it in that way. So that's why I'm thinking of it as being upside down. Ordinarily, the twirly bits of the punch would be on top. Now, did you notice the tag? This is what we're going to make. I can't claim credit for the idea. My friend Shirley Merker did that in our online event, the Global SU Share Fair, and I absolutely loved that tag, so I had to copy it. We're starting with our piece of copper foil paper, and I'm going to punch that, but this is longer than the punch, and we just want to punch the top. So sometimes it just slides in easily. If it doesn't, I found if you put it in from the side and then pull the bottom through, that works as well. And I want to be punching this quite close to the top. I've cut it exactly to size, so it just sits in there nicely. And I've judged that pretty well, that we've got a tiny little bit on the top. That's all good. Now we're going to take our sentiment that we'd punched out there, and I'm going to stick it onto the tag. So this is where I was saying to you that ordinarily you would think of that part as being the top, and now I'm sticking the sentiment on upside down. And of course it lines up exactly because I've cut my strips to the same size as the punch. Now I'm taking my little piece of the Designer Series paper, and we're putting that into the rounded bottom of the punch so that we get that edge. Again, it will fit in. We can see the sides line up. And we're going to stick this bit that it's covering the curly bits of that label over there. So we're hiding that on the bottom of that punch. This is the Early Espresso Faux Suede Trim. I'm going to cut a little bit of that, and we're going to wrap it around my tag. Glue dot on either end of the ribbon. Glue dot on my finger instead of on the end of the ribbon. I'm taking the silver and the gold twine in this pack, and it is quite stiff twine. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the two together, tying them into a knot. And with another glue dot, I'm going to stick that onto the top of my tag. And we can cut these bits slightly shorter. Some dimensionals on the back. And I can stick the tag onto my pocket. And my card just slides inside. There we go. As easy as that. You're going to get 2 cards out of 1 sheet of DSP. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified every time I put up a new video. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.